We're the indie project, Bee and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cats, Ginjey Bear and Furrnando. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home. Good morning and welcome back to a brand new instalment of our life out here in Central Portugal. And look, I'm wearing a jumper for the first time in many months, so that must mean that autumn is officially in full swing. It's still morning time, so it is fresh. It will get warmer because the sun is out, but there is a breeze. And I don't know if you can hear me, but Theo is already working up a sweat behind me, so he hasn't got a jumper on. And I imagine I'll be working up a sweat soon as well, so the jumper will be coming off. And today, as usual, is an exciting day.
A lot of you guys will probably remember back to earlier this year, we actually chopped down a lot of the broom on our property that was almost taken over. We've left quite a lot of it because some of it is really good for the soil, but the stuff that we didn't and we did chop down, we brought to the top of our property, well out the way from anything. We had a big fire and now we're left with all this beautiful ashy soil that we're going to use in our compost heap. So I'm relocating this ashy pile from the top of our property down to where our compost heap is because it's going to be great for the garden.
When Theo designed the compost heap, he did it so the tractor fit perfectly in, and you saw when we put all the apples in that it worked perfectly. And well, it's worked perfectly with the ash as well. And look who's come over. The chickens have spotted the tractor. They know there's some goodies coming into the compost heap. So they're going to probably try and get in whilst Theo's disposing of this. But this should be really good for them to rummage around in. Look at them. Oh, they absolutely crack me up, these chickens. But this is perfect. It's so good to be able to just dump it in, get it out, and then just drive off nice and easy. And I get to watch Theo do all the hard work, so it's even better.
Bought some really big fencing posts yesterday, and I bet some of you guys can guess what these are for a fence obviously, but what is the fence for? Let us know in the comments right now. I'm going to drive down, drop them off to where they're going to be actually installed, and then we can check if you're actually right. Welcome to the goat compound. Remember a long time ago I was talking about getting some goats. Still gonna happen. Every night I'm online, I'm looking for some Nigerian dwarf goats or pygmy goats, the smaller breed of goats. Really hard to find in this particular area, and I don't particularly want to drive all the way across Portugal to get some little goats that I have to bring back. I don't think that's necessarily fair to transfer them like that. So hopefully I can find some local in the next month or so. But before I get them, I actually have to create an area for them to live, because the worst thing you can do with goats is not be ready.
And it was actually a massive thank you to Luke and Sarah from Luke and Sarah's Off-Grid Life, who have a YouTube channel. They invited us round to come for a nice evening walk with them and their 3 goats, Daisy, Susie and Meatball. And we just had such a lovely time walking with them and their goats and just getting to see what life with goats is like, that we just really thought, you know what? This is something we'd really enjoy. We've got everything we need to set up a home for some goats. We just need to put it together. So that is basically what is going to be happening. On top of building our house, of course, we always have to have more than one project on the go, but that's what life's all about, isn't it?
And we're actually looking. Oh,
is that really? I was going to say, is that heavy?
This post is heavy.
It's massive.
The guys only look small at the woodyard who loaded it on. But we're looking for 2 female pygmy or Nigerian dwarf goat breed. So if any of you guys know of any, we don't want a male, just 2 females. If any of you guys know any going in the Central Portugal region, please send us an email. I feel like one of them Scottish guys who throws the big logs. What do? They do it like this.
Oh yeah, go on. You should actually try and do it. The noise!
He just done my shoulder in again.
Serious, you need that shoulder for pointing.
So a lot of you guys are probably wondering, why am I not pointing today and why am I helping Bee out with all this garden based stuff? Well, I need a day off pointing. I've got a really bad shoulder and I think it's some kind of repetitive injury from literally just having my arm up here the whole time. If I hold my arm up, it aches so bad, so I'm giving it a day off. Back on it tomorrow.
That's not straight.
Obviously, this is where our gate's gonna go. I need to make it big enough so we can fit the tractor or car through here to bring like the bales of hay,
and straw,
the food, any water if I need to bring them water. But I've got lots of ideas of how their house is going to be very low maintenance, so I don't have to top up their water every day, and they got a nice supply of food always.
And look at the grass.
The grass is looking lovely.
This area is so good because winter time it is a grass fest, isn't it?
And we actually rolled out the fencing, and we've got 4 50-metre rolls of fencing.
Aren't they 25?
Sorry, 25. So 100 metres of fencing. And it's a pretty big area for 2 small goats. They're going to be living lavish. Bit small, I think it might be a bit big. See if I can balance this, because I really want to see how it's going to go. Can you just hold that there so I can have a look?
Yeah.
Definitely the posts are big enough. We also brought one of these ridiculously overpriced, I don't know, what do you call it?
Post hammer?
Post hammer. I was going to call it like a fence banger.
Well, that's the same thing I suppose.
But basically the post fits in there, you just bang it down. In Alaska, the bit that the TV show actually cut out of me doing loads of hard work, I was actually in Alaska and I was banging the well, so driving a well, the pipings for a well, and it was hard work. And luckily the guy had actually made one himself, because he lived in the middle of nowhere on a homestead. He didn't have access to one, so he welded one himself, but it broke after I used it for like 5 minutes, and I was so thankful because it was such hard work.
Before anyone says, because I know they will, that post hammer won't fit these 2 posts we've bought, but they'll fit all the other posts. Yeah, it's obviously a little bit too small for those 2 monsters, but the other posts it'll fit on perfectly.
Exactly, this is designed for the smaller posts that we've got over here.
This is the post it'll be used on.
Let's see how hard the ground is, because it's literally rained once in 3 weeks. It's pretty hard. If we've got any volunteers who want to come around and bang some posts in the ground, let me know.
I guess the first corner's done.
That's hardly in at all, and it's actually pretty steady. It's like wrestling a crocodile. So yeah, the fencing is very high.
That's why we're going for pygmy goats, you see.
1.5 metres. If they get over this, it's like the equivalent of me climbing Everest. So I think this will keep them contained. Loads of little squares. This is the best fencing we could get for goats, I think. And I've seen other people using just normal fencing for goats and they're fine. But when we're off the property, I don't want the 2 little goats running around the neighbourhood, causing havoc, eating everyone's veggies.
Eating our veggies?
Eating our veggies, so yeah, this is important.
Oh, we had a stowaway. Little ginger cat. Does anyone know a ginger cat around here?
Oi, get off our land.
She's not wearing a collar, so I guess she's a wild girl. Oh man, it's pretty light and almost fell underground.
I've already got their water trough ready, even though I've not done any of the fencing, the gate, or built them a house yet. But at least they got something to drink out of. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one of them big 1,000-litre tanks on the back of their little house that I'm going to build. It's going to have its own guttering. It's going to feed its own water from the rain, so harvest its own rainwater. I can also fill that up and it's going to last a long time. Similar to what you have in your toilet, where it's got like the ball and it's got a float on it. You can basically just leave it and it will just replenish the water into this basin when it's run out of water, basically.
When the water gets low.
When the water gets low, it means it will just automatically fill up. So the goats will always have water, Ginjey will always have water, any animals
think of the goats.
will have water. I think she'll be alright with the goats, to be honest. I reckon Furrnando is going to try and ride them around the land. And if you guys have any other suggestions what I should do for the goats, I'm definitely going to build them some sort of playground area.
Yeah, any goat owners who know what things goats absolutely love.
Exactly.
Let us know.
Let us know, because I drove past a farm yesterday, it was, when we went to get the posts, and they'd built like a big pallet tower and the goats were just sitting on top of that because they obviously love being up high.
Today is an exciting day for me. I've been waiting for this for weeks now, ever since we built the frames, and you saw the video of us filling it. It was a mammoth task. It's ready to rumble.
You've been waiting years for this.
I have been waiting years. I could see you waiting to say that. I'm really, really, really excited. I can't actually put into words how excited I am. All I need to do now is put in the topsoil compost that we got, and then I can begin planting. And I actually went out and bought some plugs from the local plant shop, so I know that they're the things that are going to survive the winter and be planted outdoors. So we've got brassicas. I've even gone for the traditional Portuguese cabbage that grows really tall. So enough talking, time to get going. surprised that only 3 bags went in that side, which is actually really good because we only have 6 bags. So I've filled it pretty high because I'm going to water it down, and that means it will go down a bit. But my plan, because one of our lovely subscribers, Candy, thank you so much, sent us an ebook about square foot gardening, and I thought, oh, this is the perfect time to try it. So I've made a little drawing of what I'm going to do. And if you're not sure what square foot gardening is, it's pretty simple. Certain plants can be planted in different amounts in a square foot. So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be planting now, such as brassicas, a lot of them go 1 per square foot. But then things like onions, you can put 9 in and stuff like that. So I'm going to give that a whirl and see how it goes. I'm so new to gardening, but all of it's very exciting to me. Oh man, it's a lot of heavy lifting involved. I don't remember bags of compost ever being this heavy. But it's a pretty simple process. You just empty it out and spread it all around. Got loads of it in my mouth somehow. But I'm curious to see if this shrinks down at all when we wet it, because the soil did, didn't it?
I think it will a little bit.
Yeah.
But we've compacted it and watered it, compacted it and watered it, so it should be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the stuff that I'm growing is surface level things, so like the cabbage and the broccoli, they're not going to be digging down, but I do want to plant some carrots, which will be going further down into it, so it is all an experiment for me. I've never done it before. Parsnips as well, yes. Can't buy them here. I've seen them in a supermarket once, parsnips, and I did buy them and it was lovely. Never seen them again, so I thought I've got to grow them because we love them. There are a couple of different ways that you can map out the square footage. I've seen people creating whole framework out of wood or rope or string. I thought we'd just do it quite simply for now, and this is 1 foot long, and we're just pretty much marking in the soil exactly where 1 foot is, and over here we've already done 1 bit, so we've got 4 by 4, 16 square foot, although this one's not exactly 1 foot, but it's pretty good for now. It's just a nice guideline really, just to see what we can get out of this size. I'm quite excited to see how it goes actually. So here I've got some plants that our good friends Ewan and Carissa of Frankie on the Road, they have a YouTube channel. Theo did actually do a video of their place. They gave me a number of different plants. These right here, a chickpea, which is pretty cool, and I thought what I'd do is plant the chickpeas and any kind of peas at the back so they don't block the sun, because this is south facing north up here, so obviously they're tall, they'll be shadowing the other stuff, so I'm going to be planting them along the back. And they also gave me some other stuff. I'm going to grab some thyme. I think this is either parsley or coriander. I think it's parsley, and I'm sure if any of you are gardeners and you've looked on Pinterest, you will have seen the spiral herb garden, and you know we've got loads of stones around here, so I thought I'm going to try and do a spiral herb garden. I bought some rosemary because rosemary is just lovely. I think it's my favourite herb of all time. So I've already got my herbs beginning. Garlic, thank you so much for the garlic. It is garlic growing season, these will be going in as well. And then I'm going to show you the plugs I've got, but I've got a bit of an issue with them. Entirely sure how tall the chickpea is going to get. Carissa said they got to about 50, they can get up to 50 centimetres I think. So for now, this is the little support system I've given them, because they do need support and they seem quite happy. I'm quite happy with it, we're all very happy. They're planted and they've got a good amount of sun coming on them now, so it's time to plant all of the others. This one's okay because I know what it is. This is onions, but in some of the other bags, like this one here, I've got a number of different plants that are all of the same family, so at the moment they look the same, and it's like cabbage, broccoli and that type of stuff. So I'm kind of gonna have to guess what they are. They all go singular in a square foot anyway, so I'll plant them and just see what they grow into. Staring at my plants. Welcome to my beginner garden. I've done it in a way where they're all companion plants, so they should support each other in regards to pests and stuff. I've got garlic, onion, brassicas, peas. There are more peas and other plants coming, but they're going to be in the other bed because I've just started them out as seedlings. So it's going to be a while before I plug them in, but that does mean we are going to get the other one done sooner rather than later. But I'm just really excited to see how this goes, figure out what I've planted. Because I'm literally like, I know that this here is a Brussels sprout because I bought one of them and it was in a bag on its own. So I 100% know that's a Brussels sprout. And in regards to most of the other greenery stuff there, cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, dunno. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But looking at it now, I just feel very excited and really can't wait for the stuff to grow. And next thing that we've got to do is prepare the irrigation system.
So I've just started running our little Honda water pump in our main well manual, and that is pumping to this IBC on the back of the truck, and then we're going to take it up to where our vegetable garden is, and we're going to fill up the tank, and then we're going to start to connect our drip feed irrigation system. And we're hoping that it will make it easier for us if we forget or we're away to water the plants. It means that they're always going to be watered constantly each day, which is just perfect. And this process now, this is only the second time I've ever done it. The first time I did it on camera last time, and it's been nearly a month, and you still haven't run out of water behind the caravan.
No, it's getting low, but...
So 1,000 litres to live off for like daily chores, like washing up and stuff like that, actually goes a long way. I do need some water. I'm just cleaning out the tank because there's lots of little bits that got stuck basically in the, I don't know what you'd call it, the tap area, exit pipe, plug hole. But it's now clean and ready for us to pump off the truck into here.
Let's have a look.
I'm pretty sure this amount of water is going to last quite a long time with a drip irrigation. Literally takes me like 15 minutes to do that, so job done. Only the cleanest water for our plants.
Yeah.
The IBC is now full and raring to go, which is really good. And what I'm doing is just got some PTFT tape and I'm just sealing up these joins because there's a couple of different reducers that I have to fit to this tap so that it will fit onto the IBC, which then means we can put a standard hose pipe attachment to there, which will then go to our irrigation piping, and then we will basically tube off. I completely forgot that before any of that, what will go on here is a water meter that basically drip feeds and decides when the water is going to come out. So you can put it on a timer basically, and it works off AA batteries, which is amazing because we're off grid, we don't have endless power everywhere. So the fact that it worked on batteries was a big selling point to us. So now I just need to attach this system to the IBC, connect the piping up, and then we have the fiddly job of doing all the like different right angles and bends.
I don't think he's avoided the brambles. You okay?
I didn't avoid the brambles.
No.
Shorts are not the best thing. Right, I'm gonna go this way.
This is amazing. We've just tested it and there's no leaks, which is always a good start when you're working with water systems. And I think, yeah, just behind me down there now, Theo is attaching the pipe to the system that we've just attached to the IBC tank.
I did, however, make a fatal error and I bought AA batteries when we need AAA batteries. So I'm going to go out after we've hooked this up a little bit, go and get the right batteries, because we can't actually test the water coming out, because obviously I can open this tap, but unless this digitally tells the valve to open, it's not going to open. So
been a lapse in time since the last clip. The darkness has descended. I can't talk properly. The darkness is descending. Theo's gone out and got some AAA batteries so we can actually use the water system that we're building, and we've had a massive pile of wood chips delivered, which is brilliant because I'm going to use these as a mulch. I think I was going to use leaves, but I thought may as well use that. Also going to put them along the floor as a nice thing because it's getting a bit muddy here now. And typical life, day in the life in Portugal. The woman who came and dropped them off, she was driving an old vehicle as well, a bit like our truck I suppose, and of course it died when it was here, so Theo had to jump start it so she could actually leave. But that's just the kind of thing that happens here day to day. If you do come to Portugal, always carry some jump leads.
let's do that now.
Should we do it?
I'm excited to see if it works.
Are you gonna come and help too? Come on then. Oh, I guess because it's so coiled, it's got a lot to go through.
Yeah. But didn't you say it turns it on for a minute?
Every minute.
Every minute.
So surely that's as continuous.
It should definitely come out of there.
Yeah. Do you want to just change it to just on continuously? So I did hear it come out. Oh, here we go. Coming out.
Is it?
Well, it's making all the tubes move. It's not come out here yet, but it's on its way. Here we go. Let's get ready. It's got 25 metre of tubing to go through. And it's nearly there. Here it is. Come on. You might make it. And it is just about to come out.
Come on.
It finally made it. 25-metre pilgrimage.
I'll just wait here for a minute.
Countdown from 60, 59.
You can tell we don't know how to use the machine yet, but we'll figure it out.
Good morning, it's a new day. We've set up the irrigation system as so, and we've discovered that there just is not enough pressure to get the water moving all the way along. So we've got water coming out at the top bits really nicely, but then it's just not reaching all the way down there. And we've got a solution to change it and make it work wonderfully, but we don't have the right piping for that, so we're going to have to do that another time. So for now, I'm just going to water it the old-fashioned way, with a watering can, which will work just as fine. And luckily I don't actually have tons of plants. It was just more of a thing. It will be really nice when the irrigation system is set up to not have to worry about watering and just let the plants kind of do their own thing day by day. But also, you might have noticed I've put little bits of mulch around the plants for now. That was so it didn't get in the way of the irrigation system that we were setting up. But because that's not going ahead just yet, I'm going to add the rest of the mulch today and water it as well. So I'm looking forward to having the mulch on there and the plants ready to just grow and do what they want to do.
So we've just tried another method of the irrigation piping. Same piping, but we've just run the pipes widthways. I thought because this pipe that goes all the way down here has no holes in it, the water would come down and then it would pressurize each one of these. The problem we're having is it only goes to halfway. I just think it's not enough pressure coming from the IBC. Basically, we've only got about a couple of meters of lift on that IBC, so that's all the pressure we're getting, which isn't enough to push into all of these different areas where we need this water to go to. We're nearly there, we're so close, but we do have another option with, I think Bee mentioned about the smaller piping. So I think what that will entail is we'll have one solid pipe that runs down here, but because the pipe's a lot thinner and smaller, it means that the pressure that we've got can push the water through. I think the piping that we've got at the moment that we're trying to use with the holes in it is just too thick and there's not enough pressure. All of the water's been lost through the holes before it can come back and feed the other areas. So it's one of them things where it's so frustrating because we've spent a good couple of hours laying this all out, getting it all ready. We're ready to put the mulch over it, but I'm just going to take it away. We're going to use the good old watering can for now until we can come up with a better solution, because we want to make sure that this is bulletproof. We don't want to have our veggies being irrigated not properly and then we're like, well, why aren't they growing properly? Why is my carrot only this big? So yeah, we'll get to the bottom of it. It's one of them things. It's a big learning curve. It's all new to us, but it's good fun.
Hi Ginjey, you come to check out the garden. So the mulch is now on. Look at that, it really transformed it actually, just the wood chip mulch. And I guess the next step is to just continue watering and monitoring, and eventually we'll have a fully fledged garden to eat from, which I'm quite excited about. And I'm also excited about discovering what each and every single one of these are. Broccoli or a cauliflower or a cabbage. I guess we will find out. I really hope that you have enjoyed following along our garden journey. It's complete new territory for the both of us, but we are having a lot of fun with this, even when bits of it don't work out how we thought it would. So thank you for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed it, please do give us a thumbs up, drop a comment, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss another video. See ya.